Hello Aquarius, welcome to your November astrology and tarot reading. My name is Gobind and this is your channel for grace. Thank you so much for being here, for subscribing, for hitting the notification bell and giving the video a thumbs up. We are going to talk about specific astrology events and how they're affecting you specifically. If you're a Aquarius sun and rising, you can also be listening to this if this is the moon, your moon sign or your Venus sign, because there could be a message here about you in regards to your emotions and how you deal with your emotions, and also as well with your relationships. So I'm going to just start shuffling the cards. I've already cleared the space and created sacred space, and these videos are going to be a little bit different than last month. We're just going to go ahead and start shuffling and start talking at the same time. So I like when the cards come out and they sort of bring out more of a deeper message when I talk about the specific astrological events. But the first event that is significant for all of us is this Mercury retrograde that we start the month off with. It is a Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, and it's going on all the way from the 31st of October, which is the day that this video comes out, till the 20th of November, which is a really long time for Mercury to be in retrograde, and of all things, Scorpio. It will ask us to really look like deep within to find the answers, to see the truth. So of what's going on in our lives, where we're at. In your case, it's going to be in your 10th house of career. So are you, what is your career life looking like right now? Are you doing the things that you love? Is there something that needs to be tweaked or changed? Because Scorpio season is about shifting and changing. And if we take the advantage of the opportunities that come with this energy, we really are doing ourselves a huge favor, because we are changing exactly when the energy is ripe or is ready for us to do this. It's helping us to do this. And so if there's anything when it comes to your career or your life path, the things that you want to do in the world that you could make some changes in, that's what you need to focus on for this month. The 9 of Wands has come out for you, and this card represents strength in tough times, and it tells you that basically you are prepared and you're ready and you're healthy to really start moving towards victory, towards success, because it is in your 10th house. I'm going to say the word success because that's what we think of when we think of the 10th house. We think of, okay, success. Success is what comes when you really like start to live out your truth and your path, and you start to do the things that you really are good at in the world. That's what you're supposed to be doing, Aquarius. So the other card that we got, and this one's a little more interesting, not more interesting, but it's interesting because it comes right after, you know, this 9 of Wands. It's the 9 of Swords. And I'll tell you what the number 9 represents in a moment. But the 9 of Swords is interesting because the 9 of Swords says that there's some kind of suffering involved right now in your life. Maybe you're feeling some kind of loss. Maybe you're feeling sorrow. Maybe you're feeling like misery. This person or you know, this energy is almost as if waking from a nightmare, or being in some kind of state of depression. This could be you, this could be someone around you, but what's important about this card is that you are coming to the realization of something doesn't feel right, something is not working. I might have been creating things or illusions in my life that make it difficult for me to move, you know, to get to where I want to go. I might be the one getting in my own way. This situation might be getting in the way. It's the awareness that's the important part, because the emotions, you know, the feeling like you're suffering, the feeling like, you know, the depression, the grief, the loss, those are all emotions that we're going to feel no matter what, when things have to be released and let go, which is what Scorpio asks us to do. But the becoming aware of it is the key, because that's what helps you to move out of that energy and to realize that you have what it takes, that you have strength through tough times to help you really continue to move forward. in your life. There'll be a full moon in Taurus, which is going to be really, really beautiful for all of us. And this is happening in your 4th house of the home. The Taurus energy is very grounding. It activates like a sense of, in a sense, it activates our creativity and also our ability to understand the things that, like, to connect to the things that we love, that help us find pleasure in life, because Taurus is definitely about finding the pleasure, even the sensual pleasures. The Queen of Cups has come out for you. This is a person that has mastered their emotions, that has really stepped into the realm of knowing how they feel and connecting to their emotions. And I know that that's a little bit difficult for Aquariuses to do, because there's so much in their heads. There's so much out there. They're ruled by Uranus, which is revolution, change, things that are different. Aquariuses always seem to be very different than the norm, or and that's where they get their rep. But it is important for you this month to actually check in with your emotions, to check in with how you feel about life. You know, are things, are you holding back from facing some kind of, you know, emotion or fear? It's interesting because you did get the 9 of Swords, and so the 9 of Swords being this intense emotional energy of like feeling the suffering and the grief of the past, or even something that's going on in the future. And then you get the Queen of Cups. It's almost like saying this thing that's going on right now, this grief, these negative emotions that you're feeling right now, you will be able to like transmute during this Scorpio season and be able to start expressing yourself. Maybe you've never expressed yourself before like this. Maybe you've never, you know, told people how you actually feel about things. Maybe you've never even told yourself or allowed yourself to feel something. And now maybe the universe is saying, maybe you should let yourself feel the emotions and try to understand them and try to process them. Because when we process our emotions, that's when we really start to understand why are things happening in our life? Why do we feel the way that we feel? And when you do that, that understanding is everything. That understanding, that perspective shift is everything, because it guides you to a completely different world, a completely different place of being in the world, or an energy. And then you become more of a, like, grounded, like Taurus. You become more ready. You become more stable in your life. And all of those are important qualities for all of us for this month of November, as we start moving closer to December, which is, you know, the Capricorn energy that solidifies what we've manifested up to this point, and that's what we get to go on our journey. It's almost like you're getting ready for the journey, and this month is definitely a month of preparation. For you, it has to do with dealing with things that are holding you back, dealing with the emotions that maybe you don't want to face, that you're pushing away, that you're pushing to the bottom. Scorpio won't let that happen. Scorpio will keep bringing them up so that you can face them, but you do have the courage to face whatever is coming up for you. The other card that you get is the 5 of Pentacles. And this is interesting, because this card says that you could either feel really lonely right now. This could be a really lonely time for you. But you could also feel like you're on the verge of a great spiritual change or shift. And what's really missing in this picture is your faith. You have to connect to your faith. If you've lost your faith, that's a really kind of a scary place to be, especially because we have so much Sagittarius energy coming. There's going to be Venus moving into Sagittarius on the 1st of November. The Sun is going to move into Sagittarius on the 22nd. Venus will be conjuncting Jupiter on the 24th. in Sagittarius, and then we have a new moon in Sagittarius on the 26th. All of these things are happening in your 11th house of friends and the things that you share in the world. And interestingly enough, the house that is naturally ruled by Aquarius, you naturally rule this 11th house of friends and sharing. And it's like this, it's an activation of you, but it's going to take you like finding your faith again to really move forward. And I think this really, these two cards really are, whoever this reading is for, whichever Aquarius this reading is for, you're dealing with a lot right now. You're dealing with a lot. And you feel like, all the grief, all the loss, all the suffering has made you lose faith. Lose faith in yourself, lose faith in the world. You have to remember, the way to deal with it is to dive deep into the emotions. Go into that Mercury retrograde and just ride that wave. Pay attention to what comes up. This card says you have the strength to do whatever you need to do to reach towards victory. And this last card that has come out is the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands says basically you are a leader and you are guiding people to an important win. This card signifies progress and the benefits of hard work. So you've got these energies here that are saying, on one hand, yes, you've dealt with a lot, you're going through a lot. And on the other hand, you are completely exactly where you're supposed to be, and you're growing and you're strengthening and you're shifting. And that's the important part. The important part is that you're on your way to finding your faith again. And any difficult situation in life that brings up emotional stress and grief and sadness, when we deal with it, when we face it, truly face it, we come out on the other side knowing that we were supposed to go through that, and that it played a huge, important role in our lives when it comes to healing ourselves. The card that you get is Soul Retrieval. And you can see on this card there's a butterfly. And the butterfly is the symbol of change and transformation. And honestly, you're ruled by Uranus, and Uranus wants change. Uranus wants revolution. So you're not completely uncomfortable in this space. You know this, you innately understand this energy of shift and transformation that Scorpio is bringing, because you are a revolutionary in yourself. You yourself you are a revolutionary just by being an Aquarius. That's what I mean. But soul retrieval is about calling back those pieces of yourself that you've lost, those pieces of yourself that have been shattered, that have been stolen, that have run away, that are still hiding. And once you complete yourself, because this is a month for you it's a completion process. Once you complete yourself, once you become whole again, you will be free. Your faith will be restored. You will be in alignment, and you will be ready for the journey that is ahead for all of us coming and starting in December. I hope this reading resonated with you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the November astrology video if you have not checked that out yet. And I will see you again next month for the December reading. Sat Nam.